We're going to do a video this morning that shows you how we mix our soil and prepare it to put in our bus tubs. So what we have here is we've laid out a tarp. We've got one wheelbarrow full of our soil mix down, and it does look pretty wet and it is moist, but we're going to water it down a little bit and we'll show you how we mix it, and then we'll stop and we'll go on and show you more of the process. But this is what we're going to do right now. The soil has to be really quite moist when you put it in the bus tubs and in the net cups, because if you put them in dry, they will not wick. They have to be wet and moist, and then they will start wicking up. So as soon as she gets that, I'll show you how we mix. And if you ever have to put anything extra in, or if you're mixing different parts of your potting soil, and you wanted to add some extra peat moss or whatever it was, this is a good way that we've found to actually mix. So just watch us how we do this. Now this soil is really moist, so we don't have to do it more, but sometimes you may have to roll it back and forth 2 or 3 times to get everything mixed. So we'll pause now and then we'll show you what else we do. Okay, now we'll show you how we put fill the net cups, and we use a 10.5-inch square of weed barrier that you usually put down. We cut those, and go ahead, and then we wrap that barrier around and inside of the net cup. This at least makes a good attempt at keeping the roots out of the water system, and it does a pretty good job. Some of the big tomatoes may not keep it all out, but notice this soil that she's using is the same soil that's in the bus tubs that we just mixed. However, it's more wet. It's wetter, actually, better grammar. And she makes kind of a snow cone, and then she puts it, just a minute, she puts it inside of the bus tub and pushes it down as far as possible. We want that to be as seated as far as we can, so that then it will begin to wick. And we'll pause now and then we'll show you how we fill the bucket. Now we'll show you how we fill the tubs with the soil that you saw us mix a few minutes ago. You won't be able to see the soil, but you'll see my shovel as I fill it up and Sherry levels it out. Notice that we fill it up. There's no magic to this. It just needs to be nice and moist, and we fill it clear to the top. It tends to settle a little bit, as it goes along. So that's the way we do it. Then we take this, carry it over and put it in our tubes that we have it filling with water now. And so we'll fill 5 of these and we'll show you the finished product. As you can see, we have our 8 tubs in place. We're going to transplant some lettuce in them on Monday. We're letting them soak up now over the weekend so that they've wicked the moisture clear to the top. I did want to say and remind you that when we filled those net cups with soil, we packed it in hard so it would sit and wick. When you put the soil in the tubs, we just put it in loose so that there's air in it, and it'll settle a little over time, but don't pack it down, just put it in loose and it'll work fine. I hope this helps.